I was very disappointed that Carman was only in one act in this game. But then, like, in Gears of War Judgment, in the aftermath bit, which is like set what Baird and Cole are doing while these guys are doing getting the submarine.
Yeah.
He's a character in that bit as well. So.
Oh, cool.
Yay!
Considering when it came out, not a bad game
I'm
at
not sure
all.
when it came out. It was either 2010 or 11. It was one or the other.
Search me.
It'll be on the box. That's cool art cover, I think.
Survey says...
I can't find it. I'm terrible at finding the dates.
All right.
Just shut up. I don't know if it does say on these boxes. I always find it hard to find game dates on these. On DVDs, it's easy. 2011.
Beat me to it. I literally sat up, leant over to my laptop, and was mid-type.
So it's 2011.
Not bad
That's
at all, really.
4 years ago?
Yep. So fair enough. Towards the end of the 360, like towards the better games, well, the best graphically.
Yeah, I think, but I don't know. I suppose it was about the same time. I think the best games for the 360, in my opinion.
Halo 3.
I don't know. While we're here, should we try and run like our top 10 games for the 360?
I won't go top 10. I'll go top 3.
Top 3, fine. You go first. I know mine. No, I don't know mine. I know 2 of mine. Let me think of a third.
It's going to sound really silly, but I'm going to put Halo 3 as my top.
Okay.
Yep, that really was the game that got me into gaming. I adored it. This may surprise you. Dirt 2.
It doesn't surprise me because you had that game and you played it a lot.
I played it a lot. I loved it. The graphics were really, really good. The gameplay was great. And it had solid progression. And... I'm going to say Skyrim. Because I never play those kind of games. And I played the entirety of Skyrim. It pulled me in. I absolutely loved it. It was awesome.
I'm trying to think of a third game.
Well, over to you then.
I can't think of a third game. List some games off that were good.
Mass Effect.
No, not
Call of Duty.
no,
In
God,
general.
God, no.
Well, presumably the Halo series isn't in there either.
No, because Halo 2 would be, if I talk about my top 10, my top games ever, we'll do that in a sec actually, but I think Halo 2 would be on there, but it wasn't. That was Xbox original.
Well, okay. Any racing games?
No, not.
Skyrim, not there for you?
See, it was really good, but I found Oblivion better, but I wouldn't call Oblivion that on my top because I played that a lot less than Skyrim, but Oblivion was much more diverse. That was the older one. The graphics were shit, but...
I've got Oblivion again on Steam, but my laptop can't.
Well, it's the same
play
engine as Fallout 3.
It won't play it.
Exactly.
So,
Well, you said you can't play Fallout 3.
well, it's as in I can't get to the beginning. It won't start Fallout 3. Whereas I can start Oblivion, but the graphics are so hardcore that they're not hardcore. My laptop's so shit that it doesn't work.
Okay. See, I don't know if that I'd call these top, but I'm going by the category of games that I've played by, repeat playing and wanting to play them over and over again. And 2 of them are that, and the other one is like one-time playthrough of just finding the game just fantastically written.
Yeah, go
So
for it.
my top game is Mass Effect 2, which is, I think you'd guess, wouldn't you? You know that's my favourite Mass Effect game.
Yeah.
Number 2 would be the Telltale's Walking Dead, the first series.
Alright.
Just because I thought it was just fantastic good. You've not played it, have you?
No.
You played episode 1 because we did a Let's Not Finish on it.
Yeah.
But the episode 5 is that it ends perfectly.
Alright.
I couldn't fault the game at all. Not gameplay wise, it's not that, but
You made a bed of your own making, sort of thing.
yeah. And
Yeah.
and my third would be Dragon Age 2, which is everyone's least favourite Dragon Age, except for
Yeah.
mine. It's my favourite.
I never got into Dragon Age. It wasn't my thing.
Right. The problem with we'll talk about this actually while I wait for this fucking thing to finish. The reason Dragon Age 2 is everyone's least favourite, and I'll list them off. And honestly, right, the problems I have with the game as well is EA Well, I don't know if it was the game was cut short in some respect. All the money ran out. They reused a lot of dungeon map designs, which was shit. Even like, it was very shit, to be honest. Even I was like, eh. But and the other reason we didn't like it is there's no like worldly conquest. Like in most games, there's like in Mass Effect it's the Reapers. In Dragon Age 1, it's like the Blight, which is basically the end of the world. In this, it's the bloody Lambent and that. In Dragon Age 2, you start the game running away from the Blight from Dragon Age 1.
Yeah.
And then you successfully run away and you go to a place across the sea, which is.
And it follows you, does it?
No, because in Dragon Age Origins you stop it. No, but Dragon Age 2 is basically mainly set after that. And what it is you have no money, and the game is you trying to get on it in a city that's all about. Basically,
racism and oppression.
Yeah, and only the rich are noticed by anyone.
Okay, and you work your way up the greasy pole.
Yes, but some people didn't like it because you're just some random fuck doing stuff. But the reasons I liked it, they're the reasons people don't. I liked it.
You became somebody.
No, I liked it because one, even though it wasn't the end of the world, it felt like your character was a character just doing stuff. Like you felt a human character rather than someone who's like you have to save the world just because. It's like no. But the other thing is once you get the status, it's not the end of the game. The first act is you getting the money for you to buy your family's old mansion back because your family came from the city that you're going to, and you buy it and everything, get the status. But then after that, because you've got so much money and people know you're a fighter, they keep coming to you with their problems, and then you accidentally get involved with essentially like the Canary Uprising, which is a thing that happens when they try to take over the city, and then more stuff where the Templars and the Mages clash, which is the Civil War, which Dragon Age 3 is set in. So you kind of get involved in all major stuff without it being like your responsibility. Okay,
so you really are you're a foot soldier and everything.
You have and the other thing as well, you have your own little banded team like in a BioWare game. You have your own NPCs, but the NPCs I thought were the most characteristic characters because in the other two games. In Dragon Age Origins, everyone's there fighting the Blight. They're like, yeah, we're here to fight the Blight. Woo woo. They were still good, but they were following you because you were saving the world. Dragon Age Inquisition is the same thing. We will follow the Inquisition to save the world. In this one, it's like, so you're going to get lots of money, correct? And if we follow you, we'll get lots of money. So shall we work together? Yeah, I think that's a good idea. It's a very kind of human reaction for everyone to get together, like mutual benefit for everyone, rather than just let's save the universe.
Yeah. A very realistic.
And your character moves, but it has a cool thing and the other reason is how it's implemented in Dragon Age Inquisition. This isn't why I like Dragon Age 2, but in Dragon Age 2 you can import your save over like in Mass Effect.
Oh yeah.
And Hawke's in it, the character you play as in Dragon Age 2. And the stuff that happens in Dragon Age 2 affects the world of Inquisition and also the character of Hawke. So your character is actually an NPC that reacts the way that you've made him react in Dragon Age 2.
Don't you get the option to save him or one of your other people?
There's a bit in Dragon Age Inquisition where you meet up with a warden, which are the people from Dragon Age Origins. It's not the person you played as. It's just a warden, and you can either ask Hawke or the warden to basically sacrifice themselves to the demon to let everyone else live. And my reaction was, "Fuck that! Hawke is awesome."
Yeah, that apparently.
Although I had a problem though because I got like an NPC who you never saw in the other game. He was just a warden. Some people had it where Alistair, which is most people's favourite companion from the first game, was the warden. That's where a lot of people had the trouble.
There it is.
But I don't know why, but I think Dragon Age 2 is the most interesting. I like the characters. I actually want them to do well. In the other games, it's more like you're there to do the objective of save everyone. In Dragon Age 2, it's actually a character you kind of want to help. It's a difference about how a good protagonist, I think, can make a game, even a not great game, better, just because of how well it's written. There is a lot of problems with it, but I played Dragon Age 2 more than any other Dragon Age.
Fair enough.
If we're going to say it a bit further, so I give my 3 games, I'd probably put like Skyrim and Dead Space 2 after that.
Yo, you put a Dead Space game in there. I'm surprised.
I like Dead Space 2. I didn't like Dead Space 1. Again, but that's the reason that your character's an empty shell. He doesn't talk. Why the fuck do I give a shit about him? And Dead Space 2 is just a perfect game.
If we're going outside the box, then it doesn't really count as a game. But I'll see your take on it. They've as you know, they put World of Tanks on Xbox
One.
and they did put it on 360.
Yes, but I don't think that never took off really, did it?
On 360, it didn't do particularly.
I know
well.
on the One it's done much better.
On the One, it's done so much better because the graphics are better on the Xbox One
Well,
than they are on PC.
Oh, are they?
Yes, because the engine for
they updated the
PC,
engine on it.
Yeah, isn't great, and it would take a lot of time, a lot of money.
I suppose the other reason they've done that is so that more people that haven't got great PCs can play it like you on your laptop.
And
which makes sense to be perfectly honest.
I've uninstalled World of Tanks now. I don't have it on my laptop anymore.
You said you were never going to do that as well. You said yeah.
It takes up a lot of memory, and I've got quite good at the Xbox One version.
So if we go by that, I'll say so. If we go by top 3 games, because you like 3, don't you? Of like ever,
including newest generation. I don't think there are any decent new generation games.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Ever since you started playing games, any games you've played that you've stuck in your mind, I instantly know what my.
Oh fuck! I forgot which one it was. It was Ratchet and Clank, and I'm going to say that in general. I don't remember which one. I played several, and I loved them.
There was
I
3.
loved Ratchet and Clank.
There was 3, and when I was at uni, my friend bought a PS2 with him.
Mm-hmm.
No, he had a PS3 and he had the HD collection.
Yeah.
I played 1 and 2 with him. Like not we kept swapping the controllers, you know.
Yeah.
That. It's 29 minutes past 9. It's not. Oh, it is actually. Yes. Anyway, the first one is just the one without much story, and it's just you go through it. And the second one is when you get sent forward in time.
Which is the one where one of the weapons is a glove, and you throw these grenades.
I can't remember that much.
That explode, and loads of little minions would come, and you could upgrade the little minions that pop out of these things. Initially,
I don't remember that, so it might be 3.
The little bitey things, and then they got
They're
guns.
thinking of making a 4th, I think. They're doing it for the PS4.
Yeah, they are. It's coming out, and I'm annoyed it's PS4. But
Well, it's Naughty Dog, isn't it?
Yeah, but that was one of them. Another nostalgia trip for me is.
So is that number 1 then? Are you going to say Ratchet and Clank, or are you just?
If I'm going nostalgia.
Or just no, there's not. Well, you can go nostalgia, but any you can have any criteria.
Okay, if you're saying best of the best, Halo 3, I put that up there as one of my best. The first Assassin's Creed game, I adored the first Assassin's Creed game.
Yes. My favourite was actually Assassin's Creed 3, but Assassin's Creed 1 is pretty much like that Assassin's Creed 3, 1 is like...
Assassin's Creed 1 was amazing.
It was fantastic.
When I've...
No, we've nearly gone through this. Oh, we can keep talking, it hardly matters.
Well, if you wanted to, you could cut off this part of the audio and make it into a separate podcast. But, I forget what it was called. It was where you played as, I think it was called Small Soldiers or Green Soldiers, and it was PS1. And it really was toddler's first shooter, where you played as a kid. Did you ever have bags of the green plastic soldiers?
No, but I know of them because of Toy Story.
Yeah. Well, it was basically that, but you controlled them, and it was greens versus yellows, and the yellows were a bunch of wankers, and the greens were, of course, the Americans. And you would go around shooting, and that was amazing. And it was kind of up there with another game that I adore, which was GoldenEye.
So, are they your 3?
I think so, on a proper nostalgia trip, yeah.
I'm struggling for a third one now that I think about it. But my first one would again be Mass Effect 2, because I think I've played that game over and over again more than
that's my Halo 3 is your Mass Effect 2.
Yeah. I think Mass Effect 2 is what... Like, I always played games as my hobby, but I think Mass Effect 2 is what made me think that games are worth defending as a kind of a form of entertainment or
media,
art. Yeah. Rather than just, this bit of fun. An actual... You can make something fantastic out of it.
It was a spectacular story when I played through it.
That. I was just going to see about the... Oh, here we go. Select chapter. No, okay. I wanted to see about the DLC one, but... Oh, no, it's Ram Shadow. That's the one. We're not doing it. I just wanted to make sure it was there, so I can do it on my own. But, you know what I mean? Because, we had that problem with the DLC not launching when we first started this.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Mass Effect 1. We'll leave it on the title just for this.
Mass Effect 2.
Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 1 was good though, but Mass Effect 2, yeah. And second will be Banjo-Kazooie. because that was the game I played like pretty much solidly from when I was like 4 to about when I got the PS2.
Again, I'm going to throw it at you. My Ratchet and Clank is your
Yeah.
Banjo-Kazooie. That was that game that wasn't quite violent but got you hooked. You were like, yes, more, please.
And I'm trying to think of a third. You know, I'm just gonna say
Those two?
no. I'm gonna say Pokemon.
It's a form of gaming, and I was addicted to that for quite a long time myself.
I would say Pokemon, but obviously there's so many. So if the amount of time I've spent on it, I'm gonna say Pokemon Ruby, which is the 3rd generation.
That was the one where I played the most hardcore.
I didn't. What it was, is that one.
When I knew
I was playing it all the way through, and then as soon as I finished it, I was like, awesome! And then I'd restart and try it with different teams. So I did
Really?
I played 15 times with
This is the difference between me and you. I played it through, tried to win it as fast as possible, and I didn't go back. It was
No, that's a lie, actually. Sorry. I played it through once.
I'd blitz it and then be like, right, done, on to something else.
No, I played it through once, and then I got my favourite Pokemon to level 100 because I was that kind of obsessed. I was kind of just grinding, having fun, going, I'm awesome. And then one day I went, I want to start a new game. So then I just started it, and then from then on I kept restarting it.
Oh god, that feeling! If you completed the whole thing, you had
hey!
a guy who was level 100 or had a couple of level 100.
I didn't play against other people though.
You'd hover over that start a new game button. It's like ripping off a band-aid. It's like, you know what? Fuck it, we'll do it.
And then the close second would be Diamond and Pearl, which are the ones that came after. Because I think I probably played that one the most, but Ruby was the one that was my favourite.
Did you play Silver?
Yeah, I played them all.
Yeah,
The only Pokemon I've not played is Pokemon Red because I got Pokemon Blue instead.
I got Pokemon Yellow.
I got Pokemon Yellow as well, but Pokemon Yellow is its own little canon, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's basically you basically play the anime.
Pretty much. I didn't play Red.
That
Blue.
that was my favourite though out of Red, Blue, Yellow. If you know what I mean, like I got Blue, and then when Yellow came out, I got Yellow, and I was playing that.
I got Blue.
Yellow had separate colour as well.
Mm.
I know. You're a little bastard, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I think I got given Blue, but I either damaged it or lost it, and my parents took pity on me and bought me Yellow.
I think that wraps up. How the fuck did Gears of War 3 make us think of the best games ever?
We had credits and we were bored.
Which is true. Because I remembered how bad the Rage ending was. I didn't even bother recording the credits. I was like, fuck it, I'm done. You know how I usually always record the credits?
Yeah,
I was like,
I've been watching towards the end.
I mean, like, nah.
And I haven't seen. I think I'm at. I've watched the defib.
Oh
things.
no, you're probably they'll go on for years. Fucking hell. How many recordings? I think that took me 9 recordings. That's like recording 4 that I'm uploading now.
Oh crikey!
It's a good game. It's just the ending is so. It's the Mass Effect. It's a not ending ending. But just
leaves it open for more.
No, it actually ends the story. But basically what happens is the point is you're meant to be starting your revolution and opening these arcs. There's more of basically what you are in them to help win the war. The ending is like you open the arcs and then it's like, and then the war began and it was awesome and then we won. And it's like, so I don't get to see any of the war. Yeah.
Yeah, it's happening. It's all happening over there. Where? Over there.
Well, it basically says, and then you help the war start. The end. What about the war? No, it didn't happen.
Question. No, shut up, you.
Question. Would you like to start a new game? You son of a bitch.
We spent the entire year trying to make the cake. We finally made it. We thought we were going to eat it, but no, you can't have any of the
We
cake.
threw it into a wall and made the child cry.
God.
Fucking bastards.